So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
Barcelona have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
So it's away we go then. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, here's someone
It's Rashford! And that is doing no harm at all.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
And now they can clear their lines. And here's Yamal. Opts for safety. Bernardo Silva. Semenyo. Now it's Lewandowski. Yamal. Foot in. Now it's Reinders. No, he's not getting his way this time. And here's Lewandowski. Yamal. Chance! Worth a try, but not this time.
Well, I think his mind was made up the way that ball arrived, and I certainly admire his willingness to hit the volley.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Lewis is there to clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Nice physical challenge. Not the most accurate pass. And here's Lewandowski. Oh, well played, well played. Now it's Foden. That has been slung wide. Savinho has it in a wide position. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Played into space. Stones cuts it out. Bernardo Silva. Barcelona are applying all the early pressure.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to set the standards or not, they're setting them, and a goal has to follow.
Yamal. And here's the chance to counter. Lewandowski. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. It's their second corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Bullish header! He's got away with one there.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
No goals as yet. Now it's Rashford. That's destined for the flank. Savinho has the space to scheme. Gavi. Gavi. And it's Pedri. Semenyo. It's Bernardo Silva. He's a sharp little ball here. Spread to the right. There's the shot! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Semenyo. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Semenyo is fouled. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Reinders. Araujo does well to get it back. Rashford. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Ruben Dias. Bernardo Silva. Now that looks a decent ball. Now this could be a chance. Oh, Waters, can he finish? Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
So, third corner of the game. And that has been cleared. Balde knocks it into space. Gets a good foot in there. That's an imaginative pass. Yamal in acres of space. Great chance! And for sure, that was not one of his best. Nico Gonzalez. Bernardo Silva. Played out towards the right wing.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
He's picked his way through. It's a goal kick. Dani Olmo, and the pass is intercepted. That's a good ball out wide.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Eric Garcia. And Yamal. And this is Lewandowski. Ake. And it's half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So there was the first half.
Barcelona really can be happy with the strong finish to the half and have no reason to be upset with their overall performance. I think they just need to keep going now, stick at it, and eventually they'll get a break.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. So off we go again.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Can he finish? Against the crossbar. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
It's not an especially good pass, that. Ruben Dias. And it's Ake. Savinho. And he's managed to get free. And here's Reinders. And he was quick to react. Rashford. Pedri. It's a really well-measured ball. And it's Pedri. Lewis. Semenyo. And here's Rashford. Short changes him with that pass. Nico Gonzalez. Oh, good spread. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Great vision. Good take, and is he in? Yamal! Yamal!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Pedri. And it's Gavi. That's a delicate pass. And still, we await the first breakthrough. Quarter of an hour into the second half.
Asciende a 97.559 espectadores.
Pedri. Now, can they get him away? Semenyo. And it's Bernardo Silva. Lewis providing an outlet on that flank. Dani Olmo. And it's Gavi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Rashford. Backward it goes. Ake. And Savinho. That is ended up in no man's land. He's rising! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Dani Olmo. He won't be happy with that one. Savinho. Tries to play it through. Over to the right flank. Rashford. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Lewis. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Now it's Lewandowski. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury-related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 14, el dorsal 8, el dorsal 6. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 7.
No, he wasn't going to let him past.
El dorsal 21, el dorsal 2.
Now it's Doku. Ake finding himself in space. Chance for a shot! And he hits the net. That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you ought to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And here's Ferran Torres. And it's De Jong. And here's Yamal. It's run loose, who's going to get there? And he's straight offside.
Barcelona really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Reinders. Oh, just skips past his man. Played out to the left flank. Space for him to turn and look. Out for a throw. So we have further activity on the bench here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Bernardo Silva. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Into the last 5 minutes. And it's Bernardo Silva. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now it's Lewandowski. He's in a great position here. João Cancelo. And that is well cleared.
Barcelona really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Araujo does really well to win the ball there. In with the challenge. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Bernardo Silva. And the referee brings it to a close. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, I have to say the front line made very little impression, Peter, and there's a genuine worry that losing like this can be quite confidence-sapping. I just hope that the